There's all the sorts. We are here. We're gonna fix that like to give everybody headaches doing that. All right, we're opening up Monday Night Raw with Cody Rhodes, I guess. I wasn't even prepared. Shit ton of rain's been falling down. For me to start the show.
Michael Cole and Corey Graves at ringside tonight, and Corey, 2 weeks from Saturday, Cody will defend the title on the grandest stage of them all. The American Nightmare will put his most prized possession on the line against a man he once considered one of his best friends, the Viper, Randy Orton, who is in search of a 15th reign as the top dog in WWE. A rivalry that has become increasingly personal, increasingly emotional. So, world's most famous arena, the home of the WWE Championship, a place where the WWE Champion will always be present. Madison Square Garden, New York City. What do you want to talk about? What a surprise! Stephanie McMahon on Raw in the Garden. If there was any doubt, we are absolutely on the road to WrestleMania. Stephanie McMahon is on Monday Night Raw. And Corey, let's not forget, she will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame WrestleMania weekend.
Don't make me cry, guys. It's not fair.
I am surprised to see you here.
I don't know why you would be surprised. I mean, the last time I checked, my name is Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
And this is the house my grandfather built, Madison Square Garden.
Interesting way of dodging Vince's name.
Okay. Stephanie McMahon, What do you want to talk about?
Well, Cody, I want to talk about you. I want to talk about Randy Orton. And I want to talk about WrestleMania. Only you're not going to like what I have to say. See, Cody, you talked about where you used to sit at center stage in conversations that we've had. Well, I used to sit right over there. And Andre the Giant would walk by and squeeze my leg and give me the office as he'd come to the ring. Because you, me, and Randy, we are multi-generational talent in this business. We understand what it means to be at the top in a different way than anybody else. We have all taken different paths to get to where we are in this moment. But you chose to take the golden path. And that's amazing. It's wonderful. You stayed true to yourself. You've stayed true to your values and who you are. And you actually believe that you can bring out the best in people. That you can bring out the best of your opponents in the middle of this ring. And for the most part, you can. But you can't this time with this version of Randy Orton.
She knows.
This version of Randy Orton is diabolical.
She knows.
And Cody, you don't have to be diabolical, but you have to be able to think like that. You have to be able to think like Randy. Your father understood that better than anybody. Dusty Rhodes could roll with the best of them. He could get down and dirty with the best of them, but from what I've seen so far, you are not your father.
Bro!
This version of Cody Rhodes can't beat this version of Randy Orton. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
I don't know if y'all want to be invoking Randy Orton right now.
The last thing that I would ever want is to be rude to you, but I don't know who Randy Orton is. I know everything about Randy Orton. I know that he was the coal that became the diamond. I know he was the youngest world champion in company history. I know he was the legend killer by merit. I know he was punting people's heads off left and right, my own father included. I know he was doing stuff so violent and so vile on this very show that we can't show it today. And I know that some of that stuff was to you.
Randy DDT'd Stephanie and kissed her right in front of her husband.
And I know there's a
Well,
whole
her husband was
of the
handcuffed.
WWE universe of pro wrestling fans who want this whole student-teacher dynamic. But I ceased to be the student a long time ago, and it wasn't when I won the WWE Championship. It's when I became a babysitter, when I had to reach over in the car, turn the volume down just to make sure he was breathing while he drooled all over himself. I am not the student. I am not afraid of Randy Orton, and I am not walking in to my very first WrestleMania main event. You want to bring up fathers? I'm not mine. You're right. Stephanie McMahon, with all due respect, you're not yours either.
Good.
Stephanie slapped Cody.
I am out here because I care about you.
I was gonna say she came out and said some nice shit.
You don't have anybody giving you any guidance in this situation. You don't understand what this Randy Orton is capable of. He doesn't need a babysitter. He doesn't need any of that. He's not asking you to be the student, and I'm not saying you are. But Cody, you have to understand that Randy isn't just listening to the voices in his head. He beckoned them. He
Sorry,
loves
Mr.
what
Tissue.
they're telling them. He can control them.
Oh,
And it
boy.
appears
Oh,
that
boy.
he is listening to someone else as well. So unless you can learn to actually think like Randy, then you are going to lose that title. And WrestleMania will be the last time Cody Rhodes is introduced as the undisputed WWE champion.
I wonder if the person that Randy's been calling is Stephanie. I wonder. Why would you put your hands on her like that? She did it first, though. Cody just grabbed Steph by the wrist when she was walking away.
Stephanie McMahon, I've got 2 words for you. Thank you. Corey, I think was something he absolutely needed, coming from a very trustworthy source. What a moment on the
I
road
wouldn't
to
call him a
WrestleMania.
trustworthy source.
Where is he at?
I Show Speed is back. He got cursed.
Danhausen. You. Man, where you been at? My life has been a disaster. I've been missing flights, late to events. Come on, bro. Hey, Kurt, uncurse me now. Uncurse you? Maybe for a price. $10 million, no, $1 billion, and the rights to your streaming services, and give me one of your personal assistants and a camera boy for myself. No, I can't do that. Absolutely no. Listen, let's not worry about Chris. As a matter of fact, not everything is bad. Tonight I got your front row seats for the Usos in the Division for the tag titles. It's a street fight. Oh, and we have a special guest commentator. Oh, hey. How you doing? I'm great, man. You taking care of this guy? I'm trying to. I'm going to go talk that talk. Yeah. Are you supposed to disappear? Oh, yeah. Talking about Speed or Danhausen?
That next. New theme song for the Usos. New York City street fight.
Jimmy and Jay, they are the World Tag Team Champions. This is an issue.
Okay, now this is interesting because they got a new song and there's no yeet, run it back.
Tag Team Champions Jimmy and Jay Uso.
And the fans are like, no. The fans want to yeet.
More intense Jimmy and Jay Uso tonight than perhaps we've seen in some time, understanding the stakes are incredibly high. The tag team
Still heat to the new song, okay.
Madison Square Garden, New York City, Las Vegas, and WrestleMania.
I wanted to yeet. Got LA Knight coming out now. I guess he's going to be killing our
Here
commercial.
tonight, he's had massive issues with the Vision in the past. Also, last week, got involved in the matchup, which we'll show you in a little bit, involving the Usos and the Vision. And Jimmy and Jay basically said, hey, thanks, but no thanks. Stand up for business. Understandably, Jimmy and Jay want to handle their
LA Knight almost fall off the damn ropes.
Usos and the Vision. And Jimmy and Jay basically said, hey, thanks, but no thanks. Stand up for business. Understandably, Jimmy and Jay want to handle their own business, and LA Knight got business of his own to attend to. Not only joining us here at the announce desk, but he wants to make the Vision. I think that's the April 16th to the 20th, all new.
Needless exposition.
And Corey, we mentioned this earlier. Such a massive matchup with WrestleMania 2 weeks from Saturday.
Everybody ran, grab weapons. Oh, God.
Misdirection there. Manufacturing momentum. Winning the titles tonight would do wonders for the confidence of the Vision as we head to Vegas. And it's the Usos now that are manufacturing momentum. Which part are we going to find you out in Vegas, Cole? All of them. Bang! Stereo super kicks by Jimmy and Jay. Might be game over right there. Logan looks good in that trash can, doesn't he? One of my personal favorite looks for him. So, yeah. Basura chic. Hey, calm down over there. Oh, no. He's about to go from bad to worse for Austin Theory. When the Bongos, baby. Good night.
Trash cans.
Look at the Usos teeing off on Austin Theory. Turning Monday Night Raw into a Slipknot concert. Hey, Logan's still out there. Give him some of this, too. Good Lord. All right. Turn out the lights. The party's over. The MSG is loud. It is electric in here behind the Usos. Yeah, nearly 19,000 on hand tonight. We're going to put a little extra cap on this one. This doesn't look good for us.
Love Madison Square
and I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usos could be closing in on retaining the World Tag Titles.
Super kick from Jimmy. Austin Theory trapped the corner there.
Oh, where we go with this? To the high rent district here in Manhattan.
Logan, you gotta save your boy. Austin's on the second rope, sitting on the top. Usos got him ready for a suplex through a table in the middle of the ring.
Defending their gold. Silverfox Theory through the table.
Theory's feet went through
Look
the
at
table.
Jimmy and Jay capitalize. The problem with that is that takes something out of everybody. All he's got to do right now, roll over, get an arm over something. And that right there, that's Logan Paul's mom.
Logan Paul's mom is at ringside,
His mom is handing it brass knuckles.
and Logan Paul's mom handed him brass knuckles. I Show Speed tried to stop it.
I Show Speed getting a show.
Oh God, Logan Paul's hanging on to I Show Speed. I Show Speed dragged over the rail. I Show Speed is now in the ringside area.
Logan face first into the post.
I Show Speed found the brass knuckles.
Speed, put those down. You might want to put those down, Speed. Oh no!
I Show Speed hit LA Knight with the brass knuckles. It looked to be an accident, but is I Show Speed secretly working with Logan Paul here? The fans are chanting, "You fucked up. You fucked up."
Yeah, he did. Now would be a good time to show us your speed. That gives a hell on a dodge, I Show. I think that their house is.
I Show Speed picked up those brass knuckles that Logan Paul's mom handed Logan Paul. Oh no, are the Vision about to win the tag titles?
Remember, it's legal under street fight rules. There are no disqualifications. Brass on titanium. Good night, Big Jim.
Jimmy ducks the punch. Super kick to Logan Paul from Jimmy. Double super kick from the Usos. Austin Theory left alone in the ring. Double super kick from the Usos. Austin Theory. Austin Theory bounced off the rope. Ooh, Jay with the big spear.
So James beat Austin Theory in about 10 seconds late last year. Theory hasn't forgotten that.
Jimmy dragging Austin in position. Looks like Jay. Oh, Jimmy off the ropes.
Jimmy.
Oh, went to splash on Logan. Logan has the brass knuckles ready. Jay noticed something going on. Jay jumps on Logan. Wait, Austin Theory rolled over, got an arm over. New tag team champions. Wow. Austin had just enough brain to pin the fallen Uso. I Show Speed. You fucked up. Shout out to Logan's mom for being on board with the act. Oh, and now they're posed up. I don't know. I Show Speed doesn't look proud. The whole wrestling moms thing, like, that gets to me because I think it's like me wrestling and my mom had a weird relationship, but like it's not so much it's when, so first my little buddy Ryan, he he broke out into the indies recently locally, and he became like, he's in one of those situations where he's a one-man tag team champion. And his mom would always be at the shows for him, and I was so happy because I grew up around all of them. But then it's like my one buddy, well, he's not a friend anymore, but like we won't use his Carter. We'll just leave it at Carter. His mom was so down and like understood the show very deeply. She understood that this is entertainment. I was at a show and I wasn't even on the take. I didn't even understand. Carter didn't tell me what was going on. I seen Carter's opponent beat Carter. And no, Carter won the match. And then Carter's opponent, Lionel, beat up Carter after the match, stole Carter's championship, and kidnapped his mom. And his mom played the role so part. And she's like a little elderly lady, you know. She's just this adorable little elderly lady, and she just knew the role to play. And she knew that because of her age and like her appearance and stature, that she would add a lot, you know. For instance, if it was like Carter's brother, and Carter's brother was like, you know, a fair-sized guy, you wouldn't be as worried. But it's a little old lady, so the fans were just so into it. And I was like, damn, yo, Carter's mom is on board with this. That's awesome. I love that. So shout out to Logan Paul's mom for being there and handing them the brass knuckles and understanding everything going on.
I show Speed himself doesn't look particularly thrilled, but hey, they're gonna try to kill him though. They're gonna try to kill him otherwise, bro. Well, that's wise advice there from Logan Paul.
Logan Paul saying, I show Speed, you got involved, you better stick with us. They're gonna try to kill you.
Hey, listen. Did you guys hear what?
We all heard this last week. We don't need any more needless.
Please welcome
Patches, stop.
Morgan. The winner of the Royal Rumble is here. We may very well be looking at our next Women's World Champion. After Finn Balor was bounced from the Judgment Day, Liv would love to bring a little gold back to the clubhouse.
That's not Liv's real hair. Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
Liv Morgan been extremely
So
confident
I'm
as of
supposed
late.
to, okay. How does
A
the
lot of
blending
things
look?
to say about Stephanie McCare and her upbringing.
When you're around a
How
lot of
Stephanie
like,
got into this
so like,
business. But at the
a
end of
couple
the day,
of my
both are going to
previous
WrestleMania for the
relationships
World Championship.
ended up getting
Doesn't matter how
into
you
pro
got there,
wrestling
it's what
and
you do when
taught
you
me a
get
lot
there.
about like, you'd hear them say like, oh my gosh, they did a terrible job with the hair, this and that. And, or like the Hall of Fame especially, everybody's dressed up nice, the hair's done, the makeup's done. So I'd hear a lot and I learned a lot.
New Jersey.
So like Liv's hair is down to the bottom of her back, like, but I was taught, because like Liv was just like trolling the crowd in the front row. You can see what part of her hair is real because it moves more like fluidly, like naturally. Whereas what I've learned is that extensions are a little bit heavy, and because they're heavy, they kind of tend to weigh things down.
And even get dirty down in the process. McCare's emotions boiling over. But Liv Morgan herself was ready to fight. These two ladies flattened one another and everything.
Yeah, they went to the gorilla position.
Fight spilling backstage into our gorilla position before the women's world title competitors for WrestleMania were finally separated by security and WWE officials. If that's any indication what their match at WrestleMania is going to look like, it is going to be can't miss. You can just feel the disdain, the two-step. You can make it here, you can make it anywhere. We're at Penn Station, just above Penn Station, Madison Square Garden. My friends, is the Roastmaster General, a staple for the Comedy Central host. That is Jeff Ross, a hilarious human being. And this is a familiar face to everybody in NYC and beyond. Lin-Manuel Miranda, a playwright. He's responsible for In the Heights in Hamilton and a mega WWE fan. 8 blocks away from Broadway. Well, WWE 2K26 is available worldwide now and features hundreds of WWE superstars, including in just 19. Stephanie Vaquer defends her gold against the winner of the 2026 Royal Rumble, the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan at WrestleMania.
So Liv's gotta cut a serious promo here.
New York City. You are now in the presence of the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all.
The lights was fucking around with me.
Take that, Mike Rome.
And that's about to be as cute as I'm gonna be tonight because Stephanie Vaquer, you're done for, bitch. You know, it's one thing to attack me, but to attack my family, to attack Daddy Dom, you know what? I want to say that I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised because you don't have any family here, do you? No, but you want to berate me and say I hide behind mine, but meanwhile, you sneak attack me any chance that you get. So what are you scared of, Stephanie? Are you scared to confront me one-on-one? Are you scared to be face-to-face? Because I know you are very proud of where you come from. But this is where I come from, and where I come from, it's on sight.
Liv went a little heavy on the eye makeup. Very interesting.
My mother taught me to never let anyone get the better of me. But your mother? Tu madre es basura, puta! So where are you, Stephanie? I'm waiting for you. I'm here all alone.
Let me run that back. She didn't. She ain't no way.
But your mother? Tu madre es basura, puta!
Your mother is garbage, bitch.
Where are you, Stephanie? I'm waiting for you. I'm here all alone. Why did you come get me? Show me how.
Ask and you shall receive. And then there were fight words. And here comes the world champ, Paul Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, marching to the ring, and we're about to get a fight. You can say that again. Look at the fire in the champ's
Stephanie
eyes.
Vaquer has a look in her eye.
We got a New York throwdown.
We got a scrap.
Can't fight! Can't fight! Can't fight! Hammer away at each other.
Liv backing Steph into the corner, throwing punches. Steph turning it around, putting Liv in the corner. Liv rushing in, super kick by Steph.
And that kick just dropping Morgan.
Steph looks like she's on some fucking Tech 9. Steph out of the ring. Chair?
Now Stephanie with a steel chair, and she's going to punish Liv here. Vaquer is going to punish Morgan. This is a woman who walked through hell and made it. Hey, wait a minute! From behind! Roxanne Perez is back! And look at Roxanne go!
Roxanne jumping the barricade. I guess she was
And
injured.
now Morgan and Roxanne double teaming Vaquer. Perez has been out with injury for a number of months, but came back at the most opportune moment.
Oh, Oblivion on the chair.
Oblivion under the chair.
Damn, they're kicking Steph's ass, and nobody's helping Steph.
Has some issues with Seth Rollins.
Yep, Uncle Paul really got under Seth's skin.
You know, I was just... Yo, speed, stop. Whatever you meant to do doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter, bro, because now you have enemy speed. You have real enemies, trust me. I know, because I have enemies. You don't want to have enemies. Yeah, trust me. You're good, brother, but that's why you don't understand. I can't do this. I'm telling you, bro. You're in good hands. You're with the tag team champions. You're with the Vision. You know, they will protect. Take him out to dinner with you. Yeah. Please go celebrate. Have a celebratory dinner. Yes, take him with you. And hey, watch his back. We got you. Yeah, we got you. No, stop. Get him. How you feel about ribeye? You're going to be fine.
His curse is real. Danhausen's curse is real.
The Usos are going to kill him. Oh! What? Have you checked your email today? Have I checked my email? That's what I said. Oh, why? Did you send me an email and ask me out on a date? Something very wrong with you. No, that's not what the email's about. Well, if there's something very wrong with me, maybe you could type out a memo and send it to me via email. Email, he said.
Poor Adam Pearce always looks like he needs a smoke.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just announced Gronk Beach, presented by DoorDash, is the official WrestleMania.
Love for Scrap Daddy. Love for Scrap Daddy.
Along with Tiffany Strap. Rick might know.
Who do we got next? No.
Well, they got involved in a big tag match.
I could not care less about what Lyra and Becky have
Face
going on.
down legend. 18. Hot the tag team division has been. Now Valkyria saying, stay out of our way. We got a tag title match going on. Lyra sending to Charlotte and Alexa.
Ooh, Flash Legend blasting Reed? Can't tell.
Legend has Nikki Bella spine first into the post.
Yeah, it was Reed.
And Bailey now up on the apron. Caught by Legend, and into the apron goes Bailey. And meanwhile, the tag championship match continues. Lyra now. Pop up and down. Goes Valkyria will force it.
This match is just falling apart. Yeah, this is why I can't care.
Despite the chaos induction ceremony at
Because at WrestleMania, you're going to be beaten. You're going to be victimized. And then you will be conquered by Brock Lesnar. Oh my God. He put Brock on his ass twice.
2 weeks in a row.
I ain't never seen nobody do that. Listen to this voice. No, bro, feels like mania.
I got goosebumps, yo.
Beast has been embarrassed.
Oh, Brock's up next? Oh, no. I mean, Oba's got to be there, right? He works there.
Most famous wrestler, and we are in the world's most famous arena. That's nice. So, anyway, Danhausen was walking around Times Square earlier eating a glizzy, they call them, and I was thinking, what if Danhausen made an announcement? Speaking of Madison Square Garden, WWE shall return July 18th for a Saturday night's main event.
Ooh, nice. I dig it.
You can get your tickets this Thursday, April 2nd. Yes, very good. You better do it. Oh my. What is this? Should Danhausen reveal what might be under this? Oh, so you don't want me to, huh? Hey, no. All right. Danhausen 2.0! Whoa!
I wish the Knicks could shoot like that.
Oh, it's out. You guys stole all my shirts and I didn't have that many. Oh my God. All right, well, I guess, dust! Oh! Run away.
What the hell? Got lost.
This guy went to disappear and he went the wrong way. Oh boy. Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to figure out if I have people coming by or not. Just let them know come because I've just started this YouTube thing, so like they don't really know. Okay, let's get back. Brock Lesnar is up next. I don't because WWE is weird with its wording, but you have to watch it. Like I can't remember if it said live or like if he's just got a big promo video.
Danhausen could have waited a few minutes. There'd be plenty of teeth to pick up.
Brock's in his gear.
Notice how Brock's dressed tonight. He's dressed to fight.
Oh boy. Brock is in his gear.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, accompanied by WWE Hall of Famer, his advocate, Paul Heyman, the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
Okay, 2 weeks from Saturday, WrestleMania, 19 nights away, and Brock Lesnar is always walking into some uncharted territory here. Obafemi has done the unthinkable 2 weeks in a row, gotten the best of the Beast in WrestleMania. My name is Paul Heyman. I am the advocate for the baddest dude walking the face of the planet, the real main event of WrestleMania, the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar! I am out here tonight Obafemi. 2 weeks ago, let's all be candid about this. Brock Lesnar was distracted by Seth freaking Rollins and was caught off guard by Obafemi. Last week, right here on Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar was not dressed to fight. Brock Lesnar came out to have a beast-to-man conversation with Obafemi. But of course, Obafemi decided to pick a fight when Brock Lesnar just wanted a conversation. Well, if you notice, tonight, Brock Lesnar is dressed to fight. Because Brock Lesnar has authorized me to let everybody know there's a puddle in the ring that has to be mopped up. And while they're mopping up the the pitch from Obafemi, they might as well mop up Obafemi from the beating he takes from Lesnar. Enough! Obafemi! Get your ass out here right now! Wow. Actually, gentlemen, that will not be happening tonight. Who all you want? The bottom line here is my job is to preserve my main events for WrestleMania, and that is precisely what I am going to. So with all due respect,
Brock's about to beat
I
up.
said with all due respect.
Brock's about to beat up another group of faceless people.
I'm sorry, that will not be happening. It will not be happening. Gentlemen, if you please, leave the ring. Please. Brock, it's not happening. Brock, it's not. Well, no security guard is going to stop the ruler. Obafemi pointing his way to the ring as Brock Lesnar waits
Puff
for
toss.
combat. Oh my God! Pierce, you might want to get NYPD on the phone. Pierce might want to get the hell out of the way.
Oba through Adam
We
Pearce.
don't have to wait for WrestleMania. Rock is ready for a fight. Femi's ready for a fight. It is rocking in the garden. Two massive men. Do you realize what we're seeing? Cole Obafemi is making Brock Lesnar wait. How many men have the guts to do that? It has been an unfamiliar position for Lesnar. 2 weeks in a row, he's been on his heels. He's been a bit of an underdog. Not a comfortable place for Lesnar to be in, but tonight, it's all even. Well, that's like a Triple H. Paul Levesque is here, the CEO. segment before WrestleMania. WrestleMania, you want it? That's where oh no. Corey, here's the issue that Lesnar has. Oba Femi marks in the ring, looked in his eyes, and Oba did not wet himself like Paul Heyman claimed would happen. Oba stood toe-to-toe with the Beast yet again, and it was Lesnar who retreated. Oh, no. Brock is not done yet. And it's 5. Disappointing, sure. Understandable, absolutely. Paul Levesque is out here protecting a main event of WrestleMania. This is box office. These two have to stay apart. We're going to have to figure this out because Oba Femi assaulted the general manager, sent him into the barricade.
To me, the Judgment Day was a family. We ran Raw for years.
Holy fuck.
And in that time, I done some things I'm not exactly proud of. I made some enemies, and I made a lot of bad decisions. Perhaps the worst decision I made was thinking I could make a man out of Dominic Mysterio. Now, Dom, I'll give you credit. You learned one thing. You ran my playbook against me. Bravo. But don't you remember when you turned your back on your father? When you were lost, it was me you turned to. I was the one to step in and step up for you. You didn't lose the Intercontinental Championship because of me. You lost because you're a self-entitled jackass. Now, I'll admit it. I'm guilty. I helped create that jackass. I'm responsible for creating you. So now, I'm responsible for destroying you at WrestleMania.
Good luck, Tom.
Intercontinental Champion Penta. The jacket is sick. White jacket with red writing on it, like repeated print. It seems to be, or it could be. I can't quite see what it says.
Challenge made over the weekend on social media by this man Penta was accepted by a former Intercontinental Champion, none other than Kofi Kingston. A match presented by Punk.
This can't offer much.
We can see Kofi have to defend the goal. Grayson Waller now placing. Get over there! I got him, dummy! Waller being admonished by Kofi Kingston. Well, Kofi said, I want to do this on my own. Kofi looking at taking high risk and kicks it up over the top. Penta, Kofi Kingston, and Kofi right onto the announce table. A pep circle. The luchador making the climb to the top rope.
Trouble in Paradise.
Oh, Kingston caught him with Trouble in Paradise. Kofi for the championship. Kick out by Penta.
Oh shit!
And that's the heartbreaker. That's the heartbreaker for Kingston. You land your bread and butter, Trouble in Paradise, on the money, and Penta kicks out. Greg, it was an ultra Trouble in Paradise, and Kingston still couldn't put Penta away. Kofi knows what it's like to swim in the deep waters. This is familiar territory for Kofi. Precarious position for both superstars.
Smoke Kofi
Kingston
out
wants a
off the top rope
superplex.
right
Penta takes it face first to the mat.
now.
That's a
Mexican Destroyer.
Mexican Destroyer. Penta retains. And the champ in a set. I'll call you back.
Appreciate that. Where is Brooke?
Here's right. Well, not that it's any of your business, but the Beast has left the world's most famous arena.
Good to know. And I noticed you were on your phone. Did you happen to see any interesting email today?
What's with you and emails? I don't do emails. Emails are a recap of a previous conversation.
That's what I'm getting.
I am from New York. We keep our ear to the ground. We keep our nose in the gutter. That's how we know.
Okay, so did you smell anything interesting today?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I smell the stench of a corporate general manager. If you think that one's bad, wait till you see what I have to say out in the ring now.
We're going to see who has a stench.
We certainly are. Yeah, we are.
I don't quite need to hear what Dom has to say.
What is the lighting guy from New Jersey or something? Let's get a couple pieces of business out of the way. First of all, in the words of the late, great Howard Finkel, and new World Tag Team Champions, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, the Vision! You know, I tried to do something special for all of you. I tried, humanitarian that I am, to give back to the community. I tried to give you live tonight in Madison Square Garden, Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. And that wannabe mid-level suck-up mid-management so-called pseudo-general manager Adam Pearce.
Will you please put a sock in it?
Oh, man. Poor Uncle Paul cannot get a word in.
I have tried a couple of times tonight to help you all, Paul Heyman, so I'm going to ask you again what I just asked you a couple of minutes ago. Have you checked your email today?
Listen to me. I'm a wise man. I'm a GOAT. I'm a Hall of Famer. I'm an advocate. I'm an oracle. I see the future. And whether I do that by hacking into your emails or listening to phone calls I'm not supposed to be on, there's nothing, Adam Pearce, that you will ever tell me that I don't already know.
Is that so? So then you know Boston Police Department has dropped all charges against Seth Rollins. Surely you know that. You checked your email.
Of course I knew that. What do you think? I'm Paul Heyman. Of course I knew that. What? Let me guess. I'm supposed to be afraid. Mr. Pearce, I'm standing here in the ring in my hometown. I am the native New Yorker in WWE. I fear no man. I am the last manager standing from the 1980s, and Madison Square Garden can testify. I am the last promoter standing from the 1990s.
That was a shot at Vince.
Well, Mr. Last Promoter Standing, then you also read in your email that as of this very second, Seth freaking Rollins is medically clear to compete.
Old Paul's face is great. Seth is behind Paul with a chair. Oh, I think Paul figured it out.
Oh! Rollins with a chair! Down goes Heyman! The visionary strikes down the Oracle. After the speech that Heyman said about his family last week.
Oh boy, Seth's gonna do it to Paul again.
Heyman is about to pay dearly. Rollins wants to stop Paul Heyman.
Somebody snatch Seth. Gunther!
Gunther with a sleeper locked in on Rollins. Gunther attacking Rollins from behind. Rollins struggling. No! Go to sleep. And Rollins now fading. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Gunther just put Seth Rollins to sleep. Gunther pointing at the WrestleMania sign.
Well, it is pretty apparent that the man known as the career killer has another career in his sights come WrestleMania.
The WrestleMania was good. It was interesting too because at that time Gunther was, I believe, the NXT UK champion. Seth made a call out while he was doing the main event run, and Gunther came in and it was a good match. But that was years ago, right? So what they've learned and what they've become is so different. So it'll be interesting to see what stays the same and what's changed in their match.
Monday Night Raw is live on Netflix tonight, and there is the face of Netflix Sports with her family, the great scholarship with Kairi Sane. Well, Io is just trying to pull Kairi. Could be the beginning of the end for Io. Shift her way to the last possible second to avoid disaster. Attention to as this match progresses.
Jeez. 2 hour, 24-minute show. They only managed to keep me entertained for about an hour.
And Io Sky looking to rally against Raquel Rodriguez here in front of over 18,000 Madison Square Garden. Fire of Rodriguez. Great escape by Sky.
This cannot be the main event.
Spooky Warrior.
See you. WrestleMania.
And then breaking news from earlier today.
Oh, John Cena's going to be hosting WrestleMania.
Not in
Nice.
the ring, but he returns to host WrestleMania. As a host that we've known for weeks, it has this main event for the World Heavyweight Championship tonight.
Oh, Pumpkin Reigns. Okay, here we go again.
Now my guest this time is headed to the grandest stage of them all. So please welcome the Young OG. Siobhan Evans. Hey, New York, I'm going to WrestleMania. I know. No. I'm going to WrestleMania. Look, I know. No. I'm going to WrestleMania! I gotta be real with you though. I've known you for a long time since you arrived at Performance Center. I gotta keep it real with you. I want to know what you think your late grandmother would think right now, because she is the one who got you into this great sport, into the WWE. What's she thinking about you going to WrestleMania?
All right, look, you try to make the Young OG cry, but I'm not gonna cry. All right, but she would tell me two things. One, have fun, and one, two, be safe. I feel like I need to absorb that knowledge going into WrestleMania, especially in a lot of matches. But guess what? The Young OG is ready. You feel me? The Young OG ready to get wicked. And the Young OG ready to get... Oh, wait. What? Okay. Hold on. But I just want to tell everybody, bro, I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm excited. And that boy is...
Hey, good luck. I'm excited for you, Young OG. You're headed to WrestleMania. But the main event of WrestleMania is coming up in just a matter of moments. The two-man Roman Reigns, CM Punk live next Raw. I'm going to WrestleMania!
This kid warms my heart, man.
Jackie Redmond backstage, hoping to get some sort of update on the status of Seth Rollins after what was both a shocking and vicious attack at the hands of Gunther. Oh, Adam.
But you heard me say it. He is medically clear, and he's looking for a receipt. And Jackie, he will have the opportunity at WrestleMania. It will be Seth freaking Rollins, one-on-one with the ring general Gunther. And that is official.
Wow, Rollins and Gunther at WrestleMania.
Needless exposition out of the way, please.
He punished Punk, but did Punk...
New York City!
Punk was taping his hands while he came out. Championship down. Oh, no talking. Punk and Roman are scrapping, exchanging hands. Hockey fight. Punk getting the best of the exchange early, backing Roman into the ropes with right hands, sending Roman into the ropes. Punk maintaining the middle of the ring, going for a clothesline, missed. Reigns, big clothesline on CM Punk. Reigns has hands on Punk. Going to throw Punk out of the ring, reverse. Punk throws Roman over the top rope. Punk following him outside the ring. Punk now grabbing Reigns off the announce table. Punk throwing snap jabs at the taped fist. You got officials coming up to try to stop it. Reigns thrown into the ring post by CM Punk, who's now threatening officials. Punk taking the hood off the announce desk.
Look at his eyes, Cole. CM Punk's got off the deep end.
Reigns returning fire. Oh, Reigns got Punk ready for a powerbomb. Reigns is striking officials. Reigns has got Punk ready for a powerbomb. Punk returning fire, punching Reigns in the head. Punk got Reigns up, fireman's carry. The Authority's pulling Reigns off his shoulders. I feel like there's going to be a spear here because there's a lot of distance. Oh! Petey Williams got speared. Punk snatches Reigns. GTS. Reigns is down.
He looks crazed, Corey. An almost demonic look in the eyes of the World Heavyweight Champion. We asked last week who lost control. It's Punk.
Punk's still looking at the table. Punk saying he's good. Nope.
Oh, no.
Making a move back to Roman.
Punk not done yet.
Punk hammering down on Roman.
Punk hasn't forgiven nor forgotten
Oh,
what
Punk.
happened last
Punk setting Roman up for a powerbomb.
And our announce that. Oh my God. And Roman now put through the table. Deja vu.
Punk powerbomb Roman through the table.
Roman Reigns power bomb through the table by the world champion. Enough. That's it. Stop. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
Continuing to pummel Roman.
Separate. Get the fuck out of there. And there's that crazed laugh again. The damnedest thing I've ever seen. It has been a long, long time, Cole, since we've seen this look in CM Punk's eyes. Maybe Punk was right last week. Maybe Roman needs help. I think they both do. And we still got 2 weeks to go to WrestleMania.
Roman recovering slowly. Punk's got the count, that's for sure. Okay, so that was definitely an interesting episode. It was ups and downs, a lot of ups and downs. It feels like they're sort of saving the important physicality for WrestleMania, which is important. Yeah, overall, I was impressed with the show, I have to say. In terms of what it does and what it needs to do. It's right here. Yeah, I was pretty impressed. So, I gotta catch up because I in the folder all and skipping things, or I might have missed it between parts, but I don't know what's going on with the. I'll give it a Google right now, actually, because I heard Javon say he's going to WrestleMania, a ladder match. Okay, so it looks like the match will consist of Penta defending his Intercontinental Championship against Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Rusev, and JD McDonough. That could be good. That could be good. So, you know, qualifiers and such be damned. I guess we're getting a ladder match. And the last of this. I wish I could say I was a little bit more invested in what's going on with the gals. My brain goes to like, okay, Stephanie's working her first WrestleMania, and that's good. The comments back and forth have been lukewarm to simmering at best, in my opinion. So I hope they can deliver through on a good match. The women's tag team title, obviously it seems like Charlotte and Alexa and the Bellas and Bayley and Lyra and the Kabuki Warriors are all, you know, vying at once. Maybe a gauntlet, maybe a battle royal or something. I don't know. They haven't confirmed anything as far as I know, but like I'm not really invested in that. I don't feel like they've done a lot to put Becky and AJ's match together. I am, to a limited degree, interested in Jade versus Rhea just because Jade is a standout who obviously, you know, she's still working on refining her in-ring stuff, but she screams star. So there's that. Yeah. I think I covered this in my last video. I am interested to see what goes down with Brock and Oba primarily. And I can't say that I'm invested in the ladder match just because even if they just put it together, like when I look at that match, it feels like it's going to be lots of high spots. And that's not a bad thing. It's just that no storyline build and high spots means it's one of the matches that I break out the bottle and be like, okay, we're all going to have a shot every time somebody nearly dies. And we just make a drinking game out of it. And it's going to be exciting. I'm sure the match is going to be exciting based on all the talent in it. I just tend to lean towards storyline narrative. So like Brock and Oba's got me. I think Gunther and Seth can have a good in-ring competition, but there's no storyline developed there. This is what I was saying earlier is like, I kind of feel like WrestleManias of the past, many of them were meant to blow off feuds and finish them. And it feels like this is either starting or continuing a lot of feuds this year. I feel like a lot of these feuds will end after WrestleMania. Punk and Roman Reigns are not, it's a strange dynamic. One that I can't say I'm completely invested in because when I boil everything down, Punk's basically called Roman a coward. Roman said, "You're old." Punk said, "You're not much younger than me. I'm going to bury you next to your dead dad." Like it seems a little not crude in the sense of like mean. It seems a little simple, right? So I guess that's what makes me feel like it's something that's going to continue developing after WrestleMania. Seeing what I've seen tonight, I wish that Cody and Randy had a bit more time to cook, but maybe they'll just continue cooking after WrestleMania. So yeah. It's hard for me to be invested. And then in that vein, I don't feel like Brock and Oba are going to clash again relatively soon. So it makes it easy for me to be invested. Like this is just there's two big mountains and two big boulders are rolling down those mountains at the same time. And they're going to clash at WrestleMania. And I'm here for that. in that sense, there's no storyline build, but there shouldn't be because I mean, there is to a sense. Like, this is a young lion, I guess, trying to overtake the old guard's throne. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I hope nobody gets hurt in that ladder match. You know, everybody's surely going to be excited to be featured in a nice spot at WrestleMania. So I hope everybody just steers clear of relative injury. And yeah, I guess, what else is there? Dominic versus Finn. I'm interested to see what comes out of that. Again, this seems like a feud that had been simmering and could be blown off at WrestleMania. And maybe, yeah, you know, I can see it being blown off. Like, if Finn wins, I can definitely see him saying, okay, I'm done with that. I made the problem. I snuffed the problem. Boom. Moving on to different things. But, like, then if Roman wins that championship, his opponent, like, who do we have for Roman to wrestle? Netflix needs a champion, and Roman can't be there all the time. So, like, I don't know. Yeah. I think those are my thoughts on WrestleMania as it stands. And Raw was exciting in peaks and valleys. But again, out of a 2-hour and 24-minute show, I watched about an hour interested. But that's just me also, right? That's just me. That's not to say it is boring or it is entertaining or exciting. I say this from my perspective. I'm also the kind of person that also realizes very, very soundly and astutely that, like, when I go to McDonald's, I don't eat the Filet-O-Fish, and I don't like the Filet-O-Fish. But some people do. It wouldn't be on the fucking menu if it wasn't, right? And some people like the chicken sandwiches. I'm not keen on them. That doesn't mean they don't sell. That doesn't mean they're not popular. That just means I don't like them. So, yeah, I would like to see. What about next week? What's next week? Yeah, I think next. Oh my gosh. Let me see this calendar for a second. There is 2 Mondays left until WrestleMania. So I'm gonna smoke this. I gotta go to the washroom because I will actually go into what I'd like to see. Oh, my leg. think, or I don't. me see what I think. Let me see what I think on first. Shooting, stabbing, like robbing. They're both they're different. Okay. It starts in your knee.
Yeah.
On the sides.
Right here, and here, all the way down.
And,
But it's not swollen.
okay, well, as long as it's not swollen, you just have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I had to get my phone charger. We just got to keep it alive. It doesn't need to be speed charging. Oh. So yeah, what I'd like to see from Raw, well, leading up to WrestleMania, I think that I'd like to actually see them leave Brock and Oba alone, let that cook for the next 2 weeks. That would be great. 8 hours to charge. Yeah, leave that alone, let it cook and let it build so that we can have that anticipation. Something, I don't know what it is, but something needs to happen with Stephanie and Liv that sort of intensifies this situation. What would I like to see? I don't know. I feel like Stephanie's been getting beat up the last few weeks. And so I'd like to see maybe Stephanie get like a real solid get back. Because we have to be under the assumption that there's going to be interference. Where did I put my lighter? Yeah, we got to be under that working assumption that there's going to be interference in the WrestleMania match. Put it under here. What the hell? Pocket. So Liv's the Judgment Day, I guess, in effect, have just been kicking the pennies out of Stephanie. So I'd like to see Stephanie show that she's some kind of viable fucking threat to Liv and, maybe able to keep her championship. Maybe if a rough attack, right? Because that'll be start off Raw with that, have Liv not on the show, maybe have Stephanie interact with Roxanne, have Stephanie interact with Raquel, but something needs to turn up the spice on this for my liking. AJ and Becky got a few punchy comments in on each other, which was good, but Becky's done much better shit talk. AJ is CM Punk's significant other, and AJ herself never had a problem talking some shit. I just don't feel like this has lived up to what they're capable of, and I think what you're capable of should come out before WrestleMania so that what you're capable of on the mic is presented as what you're capable of in the ring or relative to. Hopefully. That's just me, though. I know that they'll be able to have a match. I just haven't seen much for them that interests me in the match right now. So maybe just let them talk. Maybe just because they're both really capable speakers, maybe just let them talk. Don't fucking script anything, because then if it feels real and it sounds real, people will be invested in it. And this is withstanding, like, who knows what time they're being given for all of this stuff. So we've covered that. John Cena is going to be hosting WrestleMania, so that's interesting. Be good to see him and hear his music at WrestleMania. See how he interacts with Stu. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's see. I am interested to see what role IShowSpeed plays at WrestleMania. Could be like a match with Danhausen, and if IShowSpeed wins, he gets the curse lifted. That'd be pretty funny, I find. Yeah, maybe a little bit more interaction with them leading up to WrestleMania would be cool. What they've been doing thus far has been great. So if I was to tell you what I'd like to see more of on Raw, one, I'd like to see more of their interaction, and two, I'd like to see the match at WrestleMania. This is kind of aside from the point, but like, I'd really like to see Nick Aldis or Adam Pearce, the general managers of Raw and SmackDown, pop off. Like, more so Nick Aldis, because I'm a big fan of his in-ring work. I'm a big fan of how he always presented himself and continues to present himself. So I'd like to see a little bit more of, maybe not the next couple of weeks specifically. Like I said, this is a sidebar, but I'd really like to see the National Treasure get back in the ring. He is absolutely, I've always said he's one of England's greatest exports. Keep losing this thing. So that'd be cool to see. And then a little sidebar about me. Make sure I got everything covered. Yeah, we covered WrestleMania build and Stand and Deliver as it's built now in the first video. We covered Raw and what I'd like to see building up towards WrestleMania. I got some cool stuff personally going on for me. I have like a couple of hiccups I have to oversee tomorrow. Well, today, because it's March 31st. Happy birthday, WrestleMania. Happy birthday. What the hell? March 31st, 1985. I'm trying to think of like my favorite moment, my favorite match as quick as possible. The favorite match came to me instantly. WrestleMania 25, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. 26 was like, I'm going to tell the truth. I've been dramatic about this, so I've learned to peel my opinion back because I was being dramatic. Not only did I not care for the WrestleMania 26 match, I don't think it was even close to as good. The moment Shawn Michaels put his career on the line, I knew Undertaker was winning. Whereas WrestleMania 25 was closer to cold booked. And so, like, in my head, I was like, you know, if Undertaker might lose this streak to somebody, it might be Shawn Michaels. It might be like, because Shawn Michaels is getting old and they're old, like they're, you know, they had tenure and whatever. I'm like, you know, because of Undertaker's age and his, you know, availability, I was like, maybe this is the one. And they had me somewhat convinced. And then they wrestled that match. I was like, oh my gosh, Shawn Michaels is going to beat him. And even now I'm getting goosebumps. So, like, that's my favorite match. 26. Like I said, when Shawn Michaels put his career on the line, I was like, oh, fuck, this guy's losing. Now, no false finish meant anything to me because I knew that Shawn Michaels was going to lose, so nothing he could do was going to convince me. My favorite moment probably... See, that's a harder one. Like, I really liked Shawn Michaels' entrance at WrestleMania 12. I was young for that one. And I really, really, really liked Undertaker making his return as the Dead Man at 20. But if I had to pick, yeah, it would probably be Hogan slamming Andre the Giant just because of the magnitude that carried and how it sort of put the WWE into a larger scale and made it possible for Hogan's contributions, Andre's contributions to put towards, you know, Rock and Stone Cold's contributions, and boom, WWE ends up a publicly traded company. So, things that I got going on for me. I have been dating somebody for, it's getting on April. It's been almost 8 months, and she's a bit long distance. We're planning a visit. I say a bit long distance. She's fucking 5,000 kilometers away. We're planning a visit, and y'all, it's been rough. There's been patches because, like, at this distance thing is wild. It's not something it's not like something I'm used to. I'm used to a very different scenario. So I'm gonna have to edit this and chop up like the wrestling part from the meat part. So just bear with me. So, you know what? The raw review's over. I'm gonna put out the proper light. That's what I'll do. The red one shall become white. Okay, that's bright as. Put it here. There we go. Okay, it looks a little hostage camera-y. Okay, there we go. And maybe a little bit more of a natural color than blinding white. There we go. So this distance has caused a lot of, there's not one word you can really put on something like this, just difficulty, I guess. So in a world where I'm sure she's used to much of the same stuff, I'm used to ring up my partner and then I can just go see them or live with them. The situation has been not that easy at this distance. So I'm explaining this because we are finally in the stages of her planning a visit. Well, us planning a visit. She's gonna come here. And, you know, we're in these talks where it's like, oh my gosh, what happens after the visit? Like, in my head, because I've never done this and she's never done this, we have, you know, a huge, there's so many things I could say, but I don't want to out her. unless she gives me permission. But y'all, she's extremely like territorial with me. We met online. We met on Twitch. I was cycling through, literally, I was just finding people to play Destiny with. And my stupid brain, I don't think anything of myself, right? So when I see her playing and, you know, we add each other, we start talking, then discussions changed. They sped up. They became more intense, intimate discussions of like families, each other's families, and each other's like living habits and patterns. And then it was crazy because like in my head, I'm not one to be very forward or pressing. Now, what I can tell you is after hearing enough of her streams, I find her voice so alluring. And I didn't want to tell her that because you never know who's on the other side of the screen. You don't want to creep somebody out or something. I just found her voice very alluring, and I'm also always drawn to accents. I think they're quite nice. But that's not like a female thing. Like I could sit and talk with a dude that has an accent just about for hours about anything. Like it's just an accent thing. I just find them so charming. So we start talking, and we add each other on Snapchat. We add each other on Discord, TikTok, basically everywhere. I didn't even have like Snapchat like that. I got it for her. No, I didn't get it for her. I got it like 2 months before I started talking to her. So like I don't know. I was just trying it out. I heard about it. Like I said, my old stupid brain is just so tunnel vision on so many things that like social media escapes me, all that stuff escapes me. So we become friends, and one night I was having a really rough night. I think I posted something to the effect on my Snapchat of, why doesn't my phone ever ring for a good reason anymore? And sure enough, I think a couple hours later, I get a video call, and my phone's never made a video call sound before. Like I don't do video calls. And boom, I pick it up, and to my surprise, there she is. Now I've seen pictures of her at this time, and I had her on TikTok and like I said, social media, but I never done a video call with her. And it was a great call. She doesn't remember what we spoke about. I do. And then, yeah, we start like talking more, and feelings grew. And apparently they were for my chain because she loved Daisy first and then me. Don't tell her I said that part. So yeah, that was back August last year. Her and I started talking in June, and then talking far more intimately in August. And I'm like, what am I, from my perspective, I'm like, what am I doing in this? I've fallen for some woman in some woman in England. Like, I'm like, what the hell have I? She's so charming. She's so magnetic, all 17 of her personalities. And so we start talking about maybe a visit. And with every relationship has its ups and downs. We started experiencing the long distance ups and downs. It's like being so far away from somebody. I myself, I'm like anxious overthinker. I have been since I can remember, since being a late teen. And so I'm chronically just over processing everything. Then she is also a bit of an overthinker. And so like, you know, this is where like it becomes flattering, because she opened up to me and told me that she had a lot, like not a lot, but like one of her biggest concerns is like, all these women are around you and this and that. And I'm like, who do you think is lining up for me? I'm missing a tooth. I'm like narrow. I watch a lot of pro wrestling. No one's lining up for me. And she's like, I don't fucking think so. I think you're wrong. And I'm like, well, what about you? Like I bet you if you open your front door, you have a fucking lineup of guys that would be willing to date you. And there was this moment where like both of our insecurities just kind of clashed, but like it was kind of the right way because I feel very strongly about her. She feels very strongly about me, but we don't feel very strongly about ourselves. So in that sense, we've kind of learned to lean into each other in moments of insecurity. I recently told her, I'm like, I don't know what makes you so crazy over me, but like, I love it. It's extremely flattering. Even my friends told me, they're like, stop questioning it, fucking dummy. Just go with it. So I have been. And I've just been doing whatever I can to nurture how she feels. And she goes out of her way for me a lot as well. All this exposition is because we are now in the stages of planning a visit. And we're close to that visit time. And I had been speaking with her frequently about this visit. Like, okay, when she's done on the plane and gone, sorry, my Bixby turned on. When she's off, when she's getting back on the plane, we're both going to be upset. We're going to miss each other. It's going to be rough, crying for days. And so we were both kind of dreading that because then after that point, after the visit, in both of our heads, it's like, okay, well, we got to do a lot of work before we can figure out what's going on. And, you know, if we are compatible, like it's hard to figure out if two people are compatible when they're so far apart. I've recently come into the information that, you know, there's a lot of need for home care work in the UK. And I'm like, okay. And so I was told that a lot of these companies will sponsor people to come over and work there with a work visa. I'm like, wait. So if I just take like a year and a half, I'll get some work experience. I'll bust my ass. Maybe I can get a work visa, move out to the UK, live in a new part of the world, and maybe I won't be so far away. Because like in my head, I would love to move anyway. Now, knock on wood, I don't want anything bad happening in this relationship with her and I. But if anything does happen, it's not like we feel compelled to make this work because I've moved out there. And then like, it's like, what do we do now? You moved all the way out here for this and it didn't work, right? Instead, me going out there is like, I want to be out there. I want to be doing, you know, life in a new part of the world. And I'm still going to be working just as fervently to make this work because there is a portion of me that's got consideration in this with her in mind. So I'm determined to make this work, y'all. I'm determined. I've got the path to follow now. I cannot explain to you how elated I am because with no goals or no path to walk on, I wander and my energy goes everywhere. I have lots of energy, but it fucking goes everywhere and it's no use to anybody. I'll be here 1 second, there the next, writing a wrestling script for an indie promotion. Then I'll be running downstairs because they get locked out. Then I'll be running down the road to try to help the elderly people shop because they're all sick and shit now. And so like my boundless energy gets put to waste when I'm not put in a position to, and I don't always know how to put myself in that position, but that's why I have this excitement right now because when I found out that it doesn't actually take as long, I'm like, you know what? Now that flight, now it's like, okay, instead of being completely upset, it's like, okay, babe, now we got to lock in and I got to save up money just in case they don't pay the sponsor fees, whatever job I pick up. So it's going to be about $8,000-9,000, but I don't care because that's what I want to do. Right. And like, that's my WrestleMania right there. So like, I'm climbing that ladder. I'm grabbing that briefcase. I'm cashing in money in the bank and I'm doing it to get to WrestleMania. There is no way I'm going to let somebody that has this much affection and energy towards me. I can't let that wait. I can't. I gotta figure something out. And I think I have. So it all starts with me sort of getting off my ass. Well, I have the leg injury, right? Like I tore my quad off the patella. For those who don't know, dislocated my patella. I'll smoke this and tell that story too. we're in the getting to know me phase, and these are like my first. I think this is my second public video. Public. All right. This is not the first time this has happened with my patella, same leg. First time happened no, it was not even 2011. It was 2009. I was teaching my ex-wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, how to do one of my favorite wrestling moves. And this is why they say it's dangerous, don't do this shit at home. Because at this point, I was like fucking 19, 20, 21, 24. Oh my God. I have such an escape on time. I know, no, I was... Okay. I'm old. Anyway, point is, I was old enough to know, more than old enough to know, that I shouldn't be doing it. I figured it was a low intensity move, and I wasn't actually going to even do the move. It's putting myself in posture for it. At the time, it was known as the knocks out. It was called its technical name is the spinning reverse STO. I had her over my knee, and like it just buckled. It went out, and my kneecap went over to the side of my leg. You got to stretch before you do these things. Now, at that time, I was a lot heavier, and it actually led to my weight loss. I was a lot heavier, significantly heavier. It blew out to the side. We called an ambulance, and they got me to the hospital. They gassed me, and then they relocated the kneecap. And I was in a brace for maybe 5 months. What separates this knee injury is that my stupid ass, when it happened again, I knew right away what happened, but I went into panic because I didn't want to go to the hospital. And I was sitting against the wall, and I grabbed my toe, and I yanked up, and I pulled the leg up, and the knee popped back into place. And I felt that, but then an intense pain go, like a shooting, like an itch shot, a burning sensation right up from my knee, the top of my knee up, and there was a throbbing beneath. Okay, I fucked something up. Now I gotta go to the hospital. I go to the hospital. I won't name any names because my problems with them are over. I'm in there, I'm waiting for x-rays. They give me morphine. My phone's dying. I have no means to get home because my phone has my transportation card on it. My phone's dying. I keep asking them to charge it. It's on some slow charger. They're taking x-rays. They say we don't see a dislocation. Like I told the people on the phone that I was dislocated, but this was like my third or fourth time explaining this. I yanked up on my toe and it relocated. What happened was when I did that, I was tense. I was panicked. And so everything was tight and it didn't work itself back into place. I forced it and I tore the quads off the patella. And I can't remember, some stabilizers or something underneath my left kneecap. So where I fucked up was that when I went to the hospital for this the first time, they gassed me and I was relaxed. My muscles were relaxed. They knew what they were doing. Here, I just kind of ECW. I'm at a point now where the muscles have largely kind of done what they can to heal, but I am going to require surgery. I won't be mobile after that surgery. So I'm gonna unfortunately be postponing my surgery from its original date just because there's not a chance I'm gonna try and have my girlfriend here, and then I'm not going to be able to walk or anything. Right now, I have limited mobility. It's just weak as all hell. So I either have to hyperextend my leg to stand up straight, or like it gets wobbly and it gets very finicky. I'm not cutting this. So right now I have mobility, yes, limited mobility. As much as I'm gonna get, they told me with what I've been able to do with my leg, the surgery will be very minimal, very, very minimal. It's just a matter of reconnecting some stabilizers and yeah. So that's my leg situation, and that is my girlfriend situation. And y'all, I'm just here to say, if you see me backed up in a corner by a 5 foot tall British chick who has demons in her eyes and a very curvaceous body, please do not. I am right where I want to be. Trust me, she is too. Yeah, this story is so worth fighting for to me because of just the spontaneous nature of like how this started, her and I, and she's such a great mom. Like, I'm on the phone with her and I listen to her, and she's such a great mom. If my mom was like half the mom she is, then I'd have never ended up in a wrestling ring. Maybe never end up on my Mimiko either. But I digress. She's a great mom. And her son's, like right now, her youngest son is injured. I try not to laugh just because I don't want her to think I don't take the situation seriously. It is very serious. He fractured his toe, like a compression fracture. As we all know, fractures are worse than breaks. So he's 4 years old, the poor boy. He doesn't understand any of what the fuck is going on. And, you know, I know a lot of kids would like want to be picked up or whatever. And he's so independent, bless his heart, because, and I related to this a lot, because when I get hurt, I'm just like I said, I just fix the shit. And there's been so many times where I've been hurt and I shouldn't have kept doing what I was doing, but I kept going. And so like part of me was like watching the little man, and he doesn't want to be picked up. He's so independent. He wants to like mobilize himself, and he's figuring out any way he can to move at 4 years old. I'm like, this boy's brain, he's going to be so good at independent activities that like in school and stuff, like the boy is, I get goosebumps thinking about it. And so he's got his little walking boot on. Oh, my heart melted because like I had the brace on. So like, I'm like, yo, one leg club, that's us, not the one leg club. I'm like, yo, we can't even win a race or anything because he busted his same as mine. Like the same side as mine. So like, we're literally just two one-legged men in an ass-kicking contest, him and I, it's just fucking adorable. Because I know like he'll feel the pain and then do whatever he can to not feel the pain and just move on with his day. Like that's the blessing of children. Like they don't overthink things. They don't, you know. And then he's got her there, just a great mom. I'm so happy for them. And her eldest is just very smart, very polite. Oh my goodness, the manners and the poise he carries himself with for such a young man. It's always a pleasure talking to them, and she treats them so good. Their Christmases are so good. They're like I always said, like those kids are the kind of kids that if I was friends with them growing up, I'd be so jealous. I'd want to hang out with them all the time. And then there'd be a problem as we got older because their mom's hot. But anyway, but we're not talking about those kids because I am the kid in this relationship. I have been absconded by a cougar. I have been taken hostage. I was taken hostage until I was unblindfolded and then see my captor was gorgeous as hell. And I'm like, you know what? You just keep my ass right here. We might be good. So yeah, that's me. We're just ecstatic right now because in my head, I thought it was going to take like 3 to 5 years to be able to ascertain like work or a visa or means or anything. And really, it seems like in comparison to what seemed like lofty obstacles, relatively speaking, the obstacles I'm facing now are like, I got to get my tooth fixed because I'm going to be in home care. And I'm also going to be looking at warehouse jobs. So if I land a warehouse job that sponsors me, then I don't need to really worry about my tooth priority. Like it's not a priority. So yeah, with all that in mind, things are going good on the me front. There's a small snafu I got to take care of tomorrow. There's something going on. Actually, let me take a quick look now. Actually, I'll wait. There's madness going on. I have no idea what the hell's happening. But we're going to figure it out. This is a big prospect for me. In brief, I got to Canada when I was 5 from Samoa. Like, I used to watch The Price is Right and be like, man, these, the final showcase showdown where they talk about like, this is the prize you can win. This is the prize. And you see I'd see those trips to places like Hawaii and Greece and the Maldives and Malta and Italy and Japan. And I'm like, oh, these places seem so cool. And I'd read about them and see pictures. And I never thought I'd get to go. And right now, as I speak this out, it feels like my world is growing slowly because a lot of these places I actually got to go to with my previous employer because of my previous employer. So I got to enjoy places like Japan. I got to enjoy Hokkaido and Roppongi. It was weird because Hokkaido's cold, but very cool infrastructure. Yeah, I got to go to a few places in Japan actually. I got to go to many places. I got to go and I was working. I didn't really get to experience a lot of these places and the culture. So in a world where like I had felt kind of accomplished by traveling to all these places, I'm like, what about maybe living in one of these places? And so maybe my next goals start, with my lovely. Actually, I asked her to marry me and she said yes. So at the very least, she is my fiance. At the very least, I'm going with wife. I'm locking that down. There's numbers that are associated with this woman that I had to Google to find out were real. Measurements, y'all. I am going to Valhalla a happy man. Sorry, I just had a moment there. So yeah, it looks like what was a large time window is now just fix your tooth if you get into home care. If you find a job in a warehouse that sponsors you, just get over there. And then once I'm over there, I'm looking to like find a place nearby or as close as possible because the nature of this is an online relationship. We've never cohabitated. She'll be here for a week. But I'm just going to be playing the role of I'm going to be playing the role of tour guide. I'm a boyfriend and fiance and other things. So it's not going to be the same. Once I get out there and I'm closer to her, then, it's like on days where the kids are busy or they're out at a friend's and she has a couple hours, she can come by, she can see my place, she can see how I live, she can see all that. It's hard right now because we are distance video calls. We've made remarkable progress on communication, which again is so strained when you're at a distance. But I cannot express to you how fervently I am willing to make this work. She's also made an intense amount of strides towards like she's been able to go out now. Like when you have the kids, right? Moms, dads, anybody that's, with the kids, she's got the kid's dad. He doesn't live there. So like in a situation where they need to ride to the hospital and the hospital's far away, he's always responsive. He's there. He's a good dude. It looks like he's co-parenting well. I feel like I'm walking into a really blessed situation here where I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. And yeah, it's crazy. There's been a couple times she's like, what if when you meet me, I'm like, you don't understand. She checks not just all the boxes, but she put a few more boxes there to be checked. And the way she talks about me, maybe one day we'll get her in the YouTube video. She talks about me like I've not been spoken about before. It's very flattering. And not only that, but there's been a couple of times where, like, you're in an online relationship, right? You're always a little bit nervous and trepidatious and apprehensive. And she's just given me this trust. And there's been time, like on New Year's, she sent me some money. And I was like, what? She's like, I wanted to get you weed that you could pick up from the store, but like, I don't know how to place the order down the road. I'm in another country. I don't know how the website works. So I'm just sending you money. Go get yourself some weed, like good weed. I'm like, oh, damn. And actually that day that I was at the hospital, I didn't mention this, my shoes were lost at that hospital. She sent me money to get home. I told her that I had like very little battery left. I don't have my transport card. I sent out a bunch of feelers to a few people. She's like, no, babe, just get a car home. Okay, go. Just don't do this. And in that, there's a lot of trust. And I appreciate that. And I made sure to let her know, like, not only is that a lot of trust, but I understand what that trust is in a position where you're all the way across the world for me. So like, I appreciate that. And I've had the chance to send her, a couple bucks for this and that. And she got to go out, have some drinks, and that was nice. I like being able to do that. And I got to send a little bit for the kids to have some sweets. I really like that. Like, this feels like we're doing what we can to be as close as possible to each other. And I feel very grateful. I'm very fortunate for that opportunity. I frequently tell her that I do not take for granted my place in her life. She's gone through shit. A lot of us have. I'm in a position where, I'm kind of aloof and careless. I kind of just move on, and sometimes to a detriment. But she has gone through a lot and has worked through a lot and has been through a lot. So like, she's got a super fascinating story. I hope one day she tells it in a book or on a fucking podcast. But for right now, I met her on Twitch on my birthday, the real one. And since then, it's been kind of the greatest birthday gift I've ever gotten. So, like, there's been so much, y'all. There's been so much for something of a long distance relationship. Like I said, ups and downs, and that kind of maketh the best stories. If everything's too perfect, it feels like Christmas every day. And if you have Christmas every day, then when does Christmas mean anything anymore? It's like WrestleMania. If WrestleMania was every month, it wouldn't be the same. It'd be in your house. So with that in mind, I'm extremely grateful for my position in her life. And she does tell me frequently that, she's glad, much of the same that I tell her. Like, I tell her all the time, I'm very grateful that you feel the way you do about me, because I don't. And she's made allusions to the same sort of sentiments that she's like, I don't care much for my appearance, but you make me feel very comfortable in my skin. Like, you know what? That's good. And, I've said this, and I'm only going to say it once. There was this thing, I got excited there for a minute. There's this thing that happened to me July 5th, 2024. That's it. July 5th, 2024. And I was heading home from a brilliant time at a nightclub. Shout out Remix Rumble. Best wrestling nightclub I've ever experienced. I was heading home, and there was this moment where I was on the public transportation and I seen a young woman slumped over on her significant other, and the significant other was just kind of looking out the window, back and forth between his phone and out the window. And we all know that if you've been on any kind of public transportation, there's like risks involved. TTC around here, Toronto Transit Commission, is not insanely, like, the drivers never used to have like a clear plexiglass shield. Now they do. That should let you know everything. But she felt just safe and comfortable enough to be slumped over on his shoulder like that. And I'm like, that's what I want. Like, I'm going for the idea that I can make my significant other feel that safe and that comfortable that they can just pass out in public on a bus and they know I'm there. And so maybe it happens. But yeah, I'm thrilled for the visit, and I'm thrilled that I won't have to wait to see her as long if I get my wheels under me. And I'm thrilled that, you know, there's places within like an hour of transportation from her that I can be there and help. And I'm excited. Like, I didn't think this was going to be possible within a 2-year range. Like I said, 3 to 5. So yeah, I think I've covered everything in my spiel here. But because I am excited, I don't know, I like venting it out. I like getting it out there. I am very happy. I'm thrilled. Y'all, she's a troll. She loves being the problem, but not the wrong kind of problem. Like, when I say problem, she'll send me a picture while I'm streaming to invoke a reaction because she knows she'll get it. Because I can't not react. She'll send me a picture, or she'll find some way to say something funny or cute, and then in the middle of my fucking stream, or my YouTube, she did it earlier too. She came into my chat and she was like, "Babe, just love me." I'm like, "What are you talking? Of course I love you. I love you in all your personalities." And she's like, "I know, but just love me." I'm like, I am reviewing a show here. Like, but I love it. Like, she's always there. And yeah, she makes me happy. She makes me feel intensely desired, which is very nice. I've never quite experienced so I'm just topping off my beverage here. I've never quite experienced so much. She flirts like a dude, like the common dude, like the stereotypical dude, I should say, to where she'll hit me with these one-liners, and like, they're adorable. I don't know exactly what I would be like if she'd be comfortable with me saying some of this stuff. So like, I'm trying to think of like a not so no, she's like New Jack for flirting. I can't say. Wait, this is 18 plus. This is 18 plus month. Here, I'm gonna have to censor this one down, but like, you know, we'll play a game of Call of Duty or something, but like, yeah, babe, we finished on top. And then like, I'm sure all of you know what I mean. Like, the first thing that popped into your head is more than likely what she said. And I'm not used to that kind of full frontal, forward-facing kind of flirting. It's very honest, and it's to the point. I'm just not used to it. So it's very flattering. I'm thinking of all the stuff that I've heard her say. Let's see. Do we have any other wrestling to cover? I've covered my stuff. I'm kind of enjoying this YouTube thing. Covered me, covered my goals, the time window being shrunk. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. Low-key, ChatGPT is the bomb. ChatGPT is great. I use it for, and I'm telling you, it's like saved me from borderline homelessness. It saved my cat as well from becoming quite ill. Sometimes you just don't know the answers to questions, and yes, Google exists, but ChatGPT does it with a nice little flair, the voice response, and you can lock in memories. So like it'll let's say keep a memory of what happened here today, and then if you say, hey, my cat's sick, oh, there she is. Now, how long have you been here? Because I was just fucking bragging about you. Oh, okay, good. Nueve uno. No. No. Do you know what this means? This is like become a meme for like, I need help. My partner is a threat. And now she's doing like the fucking Black Power fist. And look, see, I did this, and what did she send? She sent a fist. And what did I tell y'all? If you see me backed up in a corner by a 5-foot-tall British person who's got ridiculous curves, I'm where I want to be. Just leave me. So is she. Where was I as you came in? Oh, I was explaining that you are, you know what? Okay, I'm going to let you do this once just to prove my point here. She can even attest to this. I can't believe I'm about to do this. I am going to give her an open microphone, okay? I'm going to give her the open microphone, and I'm going to let her tell you exactly how she feels about me. The best that I could surmise, babe, is that I very much so am flattered by the way you flirt, the way you compliment me. I'm just not used to it because it's very forward, it's very honest. So you can even attest. I am not going to stop you. You say that's my fiance, by the way. That's the one I was talking about. That's my fiance. At the very least, because there's no paperwork, but I asked her to marry me and she said yes. So that's at the very least my fiance. You are allowed to say whatever you want. No censor button, no Jay Briscoe mode. Say what you want. Oh. Michael Valentine sent me a chat. Good morning. He's little giant cutie. I love his hair and his eyes and nose, and I'm not saying anything else. That was it? I built that up for that? Wait, never mind. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna. You know, some might say I'm smart too. Just saying. Here's my lighter. I feel like Mr. Valentine's about to ask me to play some Destiny. Yeah? Why wouldn't I reply? Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. I don't even have my coffee yet. So, you know, I had to withhold my various comments because I don't think I can say anything that's kosher with regards to. I definitely spoke about you as a mom. I said that, I think I've told you this many times, that you're a fantastic mom. And, you know, watching you kind of work the individual parent household, right? Because like Papa Bear helps, but you kind of got them locked down on your own, and so like that's difficult. Mr. Valentine.
Shit. Don't mind my stupidness right now. I'm off for like a whole case of beer right now, and I'm just drunk playing Destiny 2. But yes. Wake up. It is the first of the month. Happy first of the month, baby.
This guy is fucked. Yo, my guy, I'm doing a YouTube stream right now, and all of YouTube just heard you turned.
Good morning. I don't know what to say. My brain's not working yet. I'm still tired. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Adorable. Look, she's.
No. Love you.
Who does?
Also, it is saying that
This guy fucking deleted the chat. The yawn is adorable. You are adorable. Please tell me that was the chair. Okay. So yeah, I was explaining you're a fantastic mom. I love watching you engage with the kids. I was explaining my truest belief is that young Cade, in a world where like I can remember, like, no, when I hurt my foot when I was young, I was like, Mom, I'm not doing this. Something, anything, please. Why do you think I learned how to do the wheelchair with the crutch and the saran wrap? There's an independence there, and his mother has it too. That boy, when put to an individual task, is going to fucking fly through shit. That is some genius level shit. He was scooting around. He was figuring it out. Like, that reminds me of who, Mr. Valentine?
Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm trying to keep it together right now. But oh boy, I am so tired. But don't worry, I'm just in the middle of a mission. I have a few minutes to chat before I kick some ass in some Destiny 2.
I'm not even responding to that. That is no. Okay, I'll deal with that later. He's welcome to my life, YouTube, the wonderful Mr. Valentine. Yes, the way you handle the kids and respond immediately. And I was explaining that, you know, in a world of long distance relationships, it's not like a relationship trust. It's like an overall trust. And so like you sent me money to get me really fucked up on my birthday, or not my birthday, on New Year's. And that's really nice, you know, and I'm glad that I was able to, You reminded me, actually. I completely forgot that you got to go out that night, and I got to, like, it's all of this stuff that we're able to do at a long distance. I'm really enjoying, and little things like, you know, me knowing about Cade's foot, and, you know, things like that. Like, I'm always thrilled. Like, I'm always thrilled. It makes me feel close to you in a world where we're pretty far apart. I love that. And you're hot as fuck. With your beautiful hazel eyes. Now, just for the record, all those features that she mentioned this way, it's this way on my screen right here, those are exclusive property. Who said ass? I don't remember. Did I say ass? I say ass a lot. I don't know why you wouldn't remember. Oh, maybe Mr. Valentine. Oh, okay. I mean, I honestly, and I'm being dead honest. I will let you, because these streams are staying up. You can go back and watch. I didn't have much to talk about anyway on my stream, so like, I didn't. Yeah, like I was done. Yeah, Mr. V. Okay, yeah. Oh no, he's lit up right now. He's lit up. He's having a good time. It's the first. Do you get that joke? It's the first of the month, so cash your checks and come on, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. I'm imagining you don't get a lot of Bone Thugs and Harmony where you are. Oh, damn. All right, we're going to be back, y'all.